Me in the chat, we taking on the fight. Windows computer issues, we gonna make it right. Got that brilliant tech advice, 6 day a week. Yeah, we gonna help solve it all. No need to ignite.
Good morning, Saturday, June 1st, 2024, 11:01 and 41 seconds. Good Saturday to you all. I see people in chat. I kind of got set up a little bit late this morning, so I don't have everything together. There's Zoom open. I need to make some adjustments there probably. Microphone and seamless headsets there. And then I also need to turn on OBS virtual camera. And choose that there, OBS virtual camera. Okay, hello everybody. Do I have audio confirmation? Yes. Audio confirmation. There's me talking. Speaker bot is alive. And oh, look at that. Tony Wallow with $1.99 super chat. Thank you so much, Tony. Appreciate that very, very much. Let's go bring up chat. See what's going on here. Let's see. I can push the right buttons. Brian Lightfoot did a, oh, that's exclamation mark V, so there was no audio to that. I'll turn off the repeating messages. Ay, caramba. Jonathan, hello, Rick Lakes. Oh, wait a minute. I didn't get everybody at the beginning. 10:09. Now, see, I can't even see the top of that. Who's up there because I have it zoomed in? Chris Garrett, first. Darren Gilholm, hello. Alice, hopes everyone is having a good day. Rick Lakes, wow, what an amazing trailer. That was the Ukrainian couple doing their roller skating for Simon Cowell et al. And there's a link in the description of this video to that entire show. Ken Stout, popping the popcorn now in preparation for today's show. Free popcorn for all, says Brian. Ran Israel, hello. Live Saturday, May 25th. Oh, did I not? I know. Oh, look at this. All right. All right. So I'm going to show something that I botched, apparently. Here, see, I made the thumbnail for June 1st. You can see that right there. I can click into it and you see the entire big thumbnail. Apparently, I didn't assign the thumbnail to today's show, did I? So if I scroll down here, see, yeah, there it says May 25th. So I click on this three-dot menu, choose change, presto changeo, completed thumbnails folder, and there's the June 1st thumbnail. So now we see the right thumbnail for the show. Well, we don't, but other people who might click on the show later will see it. Thanks for letting me know, Ran. Concerned over shipping. Oh, Brian, for the popcorn. June 1st, all the same in Doug's book. June 1st is the day of all days, right? So if I call it June 25th or May 25th, it still works. Because June 1st is for all days. I have no idea where that came from. Oh, it came from Ken Stout, of course. Move along, Doug. Nothing to see here. Randy Israel to Ken. I was beginning to think Doug took issue with Brian's comment about canceling the rest of May. No, not at all. Let's see, did I ever? Yeah, that was the one that I didn't understand. And I think he tried to explain that to me somewhere. I don't know. Doc, I don't take anything harshly. And no, if you ever get the thought that maybe Doug took something wrong way, no, my default is to try to figure out the best possible way somebody meant a comment. And then I latch onto that. Like a, what would it say? Like a piranha? Leopard, tiger, bear? I don't know. Who latches onto something really good, strong? I commented on the trailer yesterday, but my chat comment disappeared. Yeah, if you commented on this video too long ago, it's gone. Does OBS even show it to me? No, the earliest thing OBS has is Chris Garrett's claiming first place. Yeah, well, actually, May has been canceled, isn't it? Gone, over with. The moves at the end are not nearly as impressive as the ones at the beginning when the guy skates had to stay on the platform. Yeah, that's right. On the trailer, the skating, the moves at the end when they're held up in the air by the ropes. Yeah, that's not as impressive or dangerous. I agree with that. It's kind of dramatic. Jeff saw Rick's last video. He published yesterday, last evening. I haven't forgotten about your suggestions for my OneDrive issue. I had other things going on, but I'll email you my results and we can go on from there. We can go from there. Implies to me that it's not solved yet. Tony Wallows, $1.99 super chat once again. Thank you. Ran Israel to Brian. No, it hasn't. Its license just expired. I think that's has to do with May. Tony, Jonathan, Tony. Jim should play the lottery second Saturday. I made it time for the start of the stream. Oh, made it in time, so he's not watching in DVR mode. Yeah, look at that, 11 a.m. on the dot. I think he was more prompt than I was because Chris is saying, where is Doug? Because Doug was late. Sunny and warm today for Lip Rick. I'm tripping over my tongue. You see this coming. This doesn't bode well. Doug is signing into the mic. The mic. I know, that's Mike. For microphone. Oh, wow. Little wave of dizziness. I did struggle with a migraine this morning, and I took migraine medicine about an hour and a half ago. The migraine's completely gone, but yeah, sometimes a little side effect.
Brian Lightfoot said, singing, not signing.
Singing, not signing. What did I say? Oh, Doug is singing in the mic. Not singing in the rain. Yeah, I read that as signing. So it's not just my tongue that's tied in knots. My ears. No, that's not ears. I didn't hear that word wrong. I read it wrong. So that's my eyes. Yeah, something about talking along. Maybe I've never actually tried to do this soon after taking that medicine. Jeff to Jim. When I lived in South Carolina, I lost more money on the lottery. Never won a single dollar sign than I have in Vegas in 18 years. Lost more money on the lottery than I have in Vegas in 18 years. AVDVR good. Record. Tony, Brian, CFWW. Hello. All that up and down was because it jumped on me. It refreshed the chat window, brought in a whole bunch more chat messages, so it jumped me way down. I'm gonna mute for a moment. Ski Man says hello to everyone in chat. Gutsy. Good to see you. Richard Rogers. I don't think I'm skipping over names that I haven't seen before, but I'm kind of trying to talk less. Ida Rivera, hello. Richie Rich. Oh, Richard Rogers. RR. RR. Is that laughing? Call Richard Rogers by his initials. Is that mistaken for a laugh? RR. One dog to Rick Lakes. I was catching up on the video you made from your house, putting away the groceries. Yeah, that's right. That
Ken
was the
Stout
title.
Live said, oh.
All right, we got to go play that one back. Let's see if I go here to video files. He could not have made that happen. That was SpeakerBot doing its own thing.
Ken Stout Live said you were welcome.
See, I think TTS audio files. So it's going to be 2 audios ago. That doesn't show me times. And there's the times out there. So let's turn off the preview. Details pane. No. I want to turn off the preview pane. Show. Navigation pane. Yeah, I want that. Why do I have this pane over here? Such a pain. Well, let's make these columns narrower. That way I'll be able to see the time stamp. Yeah, so this would be the one that was really hilarious.
Ken Stout Live said, oh.
All right. That's got to be a keeper. Dennis is here after his redirect. Thank you, Dennis. Thank you for the redirect.
Rand Israel said
Thank you
that's
for
the
being
details
here.
pane.
That is the details pane? Oh, you're right. You're right. Absolutely right. That's the details pane. So I want to
Brian Lightfoot said sounded just like Ken.
off. Preview pane or details pane. I don't want to show either of those. It's an either or below this dot. How come I can't turn off the one that I don't want? I don't want either of those. That's weird. There is none. If I click it again, it's still there. Guess I'll have to go into options, view, and can I get it from here? I expand open folder. Navigate. It's not the navigation pane. Files and folders. I don't think it's even in there. Make this wider? No. Oh, here it is. Turn this. That'll turn it off. That turns it off right there. That preview button up there. I bet somebody already told me that in chat, didn't you? And if you have a Samsung NVMe drive, do a little research. They had some problems with certain drives that were made. Richard Rogers, hello. I think he was responding to my hello. Hayes. Software fix to the firmware story for my delay in response, and at the moment I'm having blood sugar problems, but I am coming back. So anyways, that was the point I was trying to make. How far behind am I? Okay, scanning. They've got some people in Zoom. I'm going to come over to Zoom pretty soon here. Dizzy from reading the comments. Let's see, Savi Menor's in here. Hello. Oystein, hello. My eyes are just bouncing all around. I don't know if I'm catching everything. All right, good enough. I'm coming to Zoom. Might take me a minute to get this figured out. Let's see, I've got that right. I'm gonna first turn on, what am I gonna turn on? The video's already there. Okay, if I change the speakers to same as headphones, then I can hear them. And then press the Zoom button. And then press my 2x2 button. Turn that one off. I think it can be heard. Hello, William. Bill? Nope, I'm not hearing him. Oh, he didn't hear me. Now you should be able to hear me. Hello,
Yeah.
Bill.
Hi. I was wondering why I had no sound.
Yeah, you probably already muted your video, your YouTube, and therefore couldn't hear me at all because I didn't have everything set up right. How are you today?
Okay.
Do you have any somethings to bring to the table?
No, just dropped in to see what's going on. It's been a while.
Well, thank you for doing that. It's nice to people. It's nice to people have hanging here in Zoom. I'm sure everybody know what I just said. I'm sure everybody said what I just knew. Hello, Alex. Are you there? Door number 3.
Yeah, I'm here.
All right.
Hello.
Do you have any topics or comments to bring?
Not today that I think of right now.
All right. Very good. Very good. I'll let's see. Do I have? I'll go look. I'll go read through the topics. I don't even remember what topics I have. Let's go down here. Scroll down to this description below the video. Exploring my exposure on the dark web some more. I don't remember if I told you that I sent them. I didn't talk to you about their frequently asked questions hoax, and I didn't talk to you about their privacy policy hoax, and I didn't tell you that I had sent a question to them asking about where's this dark web information that you advertise. Well, I got a response from them, and it's totally inept. In a surprising way, actually. ID Strong, that is that dark web privacy site. Yeah, so I'm actually put that in as a topic. How about that? Genius. Privacy policy and facts page. I've had an increase in spam.
You're saying that you haven't explored the dark web by yourself. This is like some company, some actual legit company website.
Well, it's a company that I'd say yes, they're legit, but like it's kind of like the same thing I've said a few times about the tech websites that we go to, and they are just majorly spammed with advertisement. When I by default have my uBlock origin turned off just to demonstrate that. Well, this privacy ID Strong privacy, identity protection website. Yeah, well, what about their privacy policy? Wait till you see that. Jeez. How much are they devoted to privacy? Here's a clue right here. All right, continuing. Yeah, increase in spam phone calls and voicemail text messages since signing up for them, because I did provide them my cell phone number because I wanted them to find out how much that's exposed on the dark web. I already knew that it was out there a lot. So Doug, why don't you show us your phone number? No. The trolls out there aren't clever enough to find my phone number. It's not hard to find for anyone that's got investigative skills. I should probably give that much of a clue. Determine routine hardware disclosure for remote support sessions. That's been on my list for a while, and sometimes people have asked for that, but unfortunately towards the end of the show, and I'm not much in the mood to do that. A fake virus source located. I have a video of that May 21st when I did some research on how a client got a particular fake virus infection. It was kind of interesting because I was successful at tracking down some details of how a particular website got compromised. And that was interesting. Exploring census.com to find weird phishing sites.
Read
That's
chat, please.
the purpose of census.com. Coming to chat. Let's see. I was at 11:06 is where I naturally left off. For Tim. Here it looks like he's saying, hello, I have an issue factory resetting my PC. I need help, please. Well, come into Zoom. I found it, but I'm not going to tell anyone on here. What? You lost me there. Does anybody in Zoom understand what he's saying?
No.
No.
Let's go see if he had any other comments previously. There's a question mark.
Says your phone number.
Oh, your phone number. Oh, he found my phone number. Okay, yeah, if you find my phone number, don't go blabbing it to people, but I'm not upset about that. Ran Israel, I'm game, topic 6. Routine hardware disclosure. Yeah, that would be a really good thing for us to nail down. Here's a little present for Curious Doug. Microsoft eValc something. LTSC, please select your Windows 11 IoT Enterprise. LTSC download.
Ken Stout Live said, Doug's phone number is 8675309.
Right, sure it is. He didn't give the area code though, so that's not very informative. Long-term servicing contract or something like that. Long-term services something. This is for corporations that want to stay on a obsolete version of Windows 11. Oh, this is Internet of Things. This is for devices, not for computers. So why was he suggesting that for Curious Doug? Yeah, I don't feel very curious about that. So that's long-term servicing contract or channel, whatever it is, for IoT devices so that you don't have to update them. Or, well, you can get updates for them, security updates for them longer.
Yeah. I heard that the LTSC version of Windows 11 is not doesn't require TPM or secure boot or any of that like the normal version does.
Well, that makes sense. I suspect that's true for the corporate version too, and LTSC is typically, I don't know, maybe always intended for corporate environments. Oh, I got to punch some buttons here. Let's see. We got now 2 columns, 3 rows. 2 columns, 3 rows. I don't have a button for 2 columns, 3 rows. I don't think I figured that could ever happen. Oh, I know why it's happening. It's because I don't have my Zoom window wide enough. That's what it should be. Hello, Bobby. I think you have your YouTube audio still on. Mute your YouTube audio. I hear you're echoing. Did that take care of it? Not yet.
Hey, Doug.
Hello, Bobby.
How are you?
Looks like you took care of that. I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm trying to look at some apartments for me to live in, and I found some free cable-free internet, Doug.
Oh, all right. Good. It sounds like a goodie thing. So you're expecting to move then?
Yes, I'm trying to explore the area first, right before my parents move up there, right to the Claremont area. Then I will move out of that apartment, then move in with them to take care of them.
Ah.
They want me to explore the area first before they move up there.
Okay. That sounds interesting.
And I'm trying to be a storybook nanny whenever I move up there. Storybook nanny means taking care of kids.
All right. I
Like
thought
in-
I was thinking taking care of kids, but storybook
John Williams had just
particularly
arrived home.
particularly
It's a
about
nanny
Graduation
company.
last night.
reading stories.
That's what storybook nannies.
Oh, is that the company name?
Yes.
Oh, okay. My daughter's a full-time nanny.
Yeah. Tell her to check out storybook nannies.
No, she's got a full-time gig with one family. It's
Yeah.
very, very good.
If there's anything wrong with that gig, tell her to look up storybook nannies. The owners, Brittany and Tiffany, are so sweet usually.
All right. So then I need to say hello to Tim. Hello, Tim.
Hello, DougBetts. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. Other than the issue I had with my Lenovo, I'm trying to factory reset it, wipe it out. But I have a lot of crap on here. I'm trying to get rid of it.
Okay. So what is the problem with doing
I
that?
tried doing it because I looked it up how to do it right for this computer, and I pressed the volume plus and the power. I tried doing it. It didn't go through. It failed on me. I entered the key for like the hard drive. You know how they have a key and when you restart it, like a key in the, I don't know what you call it, but it has to make sure nobody else factory resets it but the owner. So that on the Microsoft account, that's what I was trying to do. So I got stuck in. I tried doing it, but it failed on me. It didn't go through all the way. I
Okay.
entered the key. It was successful, and it didn't go through.
Okay, when
Maybe-
you're saying key, are you talking about an encryption key?
Yes, correct. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay. Are you still able to access the computer? Does it still?
Yes, I have it turned on right now. You can remote connect to it if you
Okay,
like.
so it's still functional. So
Yes.
before doing a factory reset, you should unencrypt the storage drive. Did you do that?
I don't know how to do that.
Okay, let's go look at how to do that.
You think that's what's going on? Because
Yeah.
I see on the find my files, whatever. It has a little lock on the next to the hard drive. That's what it means, right?
Yeah, it sounds like it. I'm kind of. Let's get connected and have a look.
Okay, I got you. What
So-
do I open up? Or
Don't you have? I think you have an icon on the desktop for DougBetts Remote,
not
don't you?
on this computer.
Not
I
on
don't
that
think I
computer.
do. Let me see.
Okay.
No.
Then there's a link in the description of this video that you can click on to launch Remote. And I'm
Okay, but after we get it back to reset, then you could put back your contact card if you want.
Okay. So here's this video that Zvi put into chat, how to install Windows 11 LTSC made for old computers. Oh, okay. So that's LTSC made for old computers is this intended by Microsoft for the general public? But now this is saying IoT.
It's an evaluation copy of. It's the same video I watched.
All
That's
right.
what I was referring to.
All right. Well, I'll look at that later, and I think I will get up to speed on that. So let's go see. We're getting Tim here. Gonna restart his applet as a system service, so you'll probably have to click to allow that, Tim.
All right, I just did now. There we go.
All right. Now we're waiting for the launch remote control session button to become available. There it is. Now that's going to give you another prompt. There we go. Do you see me moving the mouse?
There you go. Yeah, bingo. You
All right.
did it.
Okay. So I'm hitting the Windows key and then going to device encryption settings. I think I could go to either one of these. This is going to take me, I think, to a menu panel. This will take me into a deeper setting, I think. core isolation, data encryption, manage device encryption. Device encryption is on, so we're just going to turn it off. Turn off device encryption. Now, I actually haven't been through this yet, so I'm just pausing for a moment to see if anyone in chat is going to say, hey, wait. But I don't think so. I think this is the right way to go. Seeing nothing interesting in chat along these lines, but I don't know if I've given them enough time yet. All right, here we go. Turning off. Device decryption is in progress. You can continue using your device. So that's going to take a while to do. And Wintermute agrees, turn it off. Turn it off, turn it off. Okay. So I'm going to go back and look at what I missed in chat, try to catch up some more. I left off around 11:05, I think it was. Scanning through some kind of conspiracy going on. Maybe that was about May, I don't know. Like the electric cruise you made. Piranha Tory about his JP Piranha made by Jimmy Pickles. I don't know. Is that a singer? I don't know that name. John Downey's here. Hello, John. Wasting again. Electric. I was on my mountain bike. Pedal power. It was not an electric bike. Ken Stout is about to upload his consciousness into the Microsoft Recall engine, and then we will all have access to a very artificial intelligence. Jeff Ryman, I would be dizzy too reading all the comments from Ken Stout, my phonies. Rick Links, that's interesting. Took off from a dead start. I assumed it was electric. Well, you have some great pedal power. Maybe it was downhill. I'm skipping reading once in a while to kind of keep my dizziness in check. Yeah, it depends if he identifies as a pirate. Show you how far along that decryption is. There's the progress bar. It's gone that far so far. Teeny tiny teeny. Now let's do let's do this with the taskbar, and then I'll right click on the taskbar in a blank area, like there's a blank area here. Right click and see if I get, no, I got the Windows menu. Of course I got the Windows menu there. Let's try it now. Right click and go to Task Manager, and let's see what we can observe in Task Manager about decryption. I did? Yeah, I did. It's just taking a while. It's probably very busy. Yeah, there's 99% disk activity. 44 megabytes per second. That's not megabits, so multiply that number by 8 if you want to know the bits per second. 320 megabits per second. So it's busy. It may take hours. I don't know, how large is your drive? Bringing up File Explorer on Tim's computer. His screen is black, So don't adjust your set. Greg M is asking, who enabled this encryption? Did you, Tim, enable the encryption, or was it?
No, I did it by itself. I never did that.
Yeah. New computers will typically come with drive encryption partially enabled. They want you to sign into your Microsoft account, and I think as soon as you sign in to Microsoft account, it completes the encryption. So that's part of my checklist for a new computer, is to first go disable or turn off device encryption. Coming back to chat, because that's going to take a while. The drive is very busy, so it's having a difficult time with File Explorer coming up. Here it's starting to come up. If you find your File Explorer or other things running very slowly, it may be because your storage drive is overwhelmed with some activity right now. Down here on the bottom left, we can see the drive is named as an SSD. And what I was wanting to do is see how large it is. So I'm right-clicking on the C drive on the left-hand panel, then choose Properties. We'll not only see how large the drive is, but how much space is in use, because encryption is, I'm pretty sure, only encrypting the in-use space. It's not going to be having to decrypt the empty space. It still hasn't come up with the Properties menu. I'm reluctant to click again because that might disappear the Properties menu. Okay, I'm going to try right-click again. Yeah, okay. So when the first time I right-clicked on that, it hadn't come all the way up yet. The File Explorer wasn't all the way alive, so I don't think it recognized my right-click. So then I'll left-click on Properties. Oh. Wow, that's a problem. Use space 472 gigabytes. You only have 3.53 gigabytes of free space. That's why you want to factory reset it. Yeah,
so I got a lot of junk and games and a whole bunch of crap on there.
Yeah. It may be really difficult to accomplish that with so little free space. It may be very difficult to even unencrypt the drive with so little free space, because it's going to be needing to use free space to accomplish a decryption, I presume. Yikes. It would have been much better off to delete something that's taking up a major amount of space. And we could do that now.
You could do that. You can do whatever you like to do. That. I'm okay with it.
Can you tell me what you think is taking up a lot of space that I could delete?
Probably the games and like videos, pictures. I have it all on my cloud anyway, so you could delete the ones that are on the internal storage.
Okay, can you give me a specific
like game? The games and all the applications you can uninstall.
Zavi Manor said delete files if they are not need.
Yeah, I agree, Zavi, because he's about to do a factory reset. So, I mean, you're about to lose everything that's on the computer, and that's okay with you, right?
Yes, that's okay with me, yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So here I've selected everything in the pictures folder.
I'll look at the cloud decided, though. Does that mean it's on the OneDrive already?
Yeah, those check marks indicate that it's on your OneDrive, and we don't want it to delete what's on your OneDrive. So let's disconnect from your OneDrive before we start deleting things. Because if we delete things here, and if you've told it to not confirm deletion, then we would be deleting it from your OneDrive as well. No, that's not OneDrive, that's security. Where's your OneDrive? There's no OneDrive there. So I think you have your OneDrive turned off for the system tray. So let's go into OneDrive app. And also your computer is trying to keep synchronized with OneDrive if we start trying to do things at the same time. Let's see if I can I pause that decryption? I bet I can.
Very good idea.
I lost you there, Tim.
I said yes, that'd be a good idea, done.
Is there... Yeah, there's no pause button here. BitLocker device encryption. This is device encryption. Now, will this get me to more detail? No, that's taking me to the Microsoft Store. Is this a Windows 11 Home?
Yes, it is. It should be.
Yeah.
I think it is.
Yeah, that's why it is. That's why we're seeing device encryption rather than BitLocker. And when I clicked on that BitLocker, that's going to take us to the store to buy the full BitLocker product. Because you actually just have device encryption, which is what's included on Windows 10 and 11 Home. So there's no pause. Let's see, I wanted to get to, still don't see OneDrive. Windows key and OneDrive. Am I actually, did I get the Windows key on Tim's computer? Yeah, I did. OneDrive. So we know sometimes I do key presses and Baby Beast is actually the one responding. Oh, this took us to the OneDrive folder. That's what it did. I want to get to the OneDrive app. Okay, let's go. Go this way, all apps. Is OneDrive in here? No, all apps. And then I'm going to click on the letter A to get an alphabetical list. Click on O for OneDrive. And there's OneDrive. That's just going to take me to the folder. Oh, there's OneDrive. You know what? I bet when I did launch the OneDrive app, I bet it showed up at that point in the system tray, but took me to File Explorer in the OneDrive folder. So there, I'll right click on OneDrive. Then settings. And this is what I think Alice was asking about not too long ago for disconnecting from OneDrive. So here's unlink this PC. So that's going to unlink it from your Microsoft account. Unlink this computer from your OneDrive on your Microsoft account. So then we're free to delete the files on this computer. And we see a lot of cloud things here. So these were files and stuff that was actually stored only in the cloud and not on the computer. Now we'll come back to pictures. We no longer see those check marks. These are the check marks that we've selected them. I'm going to right click properties and see how much space we're going to free up with this. 27 gigabytes. Not massive, but it's a start. I'm going to hold down the Shift key and click the three-dot menu, choose, no, they don't even have, oh, the trash can. Click the trash can. Are you sure you want to permanently delete? I'm holding down the Shift key so it doesn't try to send it to the recycle bin. The recycle bin might not have enough room for them anyway, but by holding down the Shift key, I skip asking me that choice. Delete multiple items, click the check mark for all current items, and yes. Yes, Greg, I agree. But by default, OneDrive is backing up documents and pictures and videos, but not games. Games are typically, the program files and even the data files would be in an app data directory. It shouldn't by default be backing up games. Now let's see what we've got for C drive free space. 352, that's the same number. Let's look at documents, pictures, videos. It looks like you don't have much in the videos folder. Nope, 0 bytes. Desktop is also part of the OneDrive backup. You don't have much there. Let's go to your OneDrive folder. In the users, go to your user account, and here's OneDrive. Right click on that, choose properties, see how much content is in there.
Read chat, please.
At timestamp 34, CV, the YouTube link that I brought related to the link that Rand provided. I think I understood that. This one about the Windows 11 LTSC, but this brought up the topic about it being intended for old computers.
Hey, Doug, I got a question to ask you.
Yeah?
What?
Do you mind if I text your phone number or save it to my phone? Is that okay with you or what?
Oh, the phone number that you found?
Not right now, but like whenever, when I have a new video or something, I just like to talk, or if you're not busy, let me know if you're busy.
No,
and I won't text you no more.
No, I do not want you to use that text number to chat with me outside of my show.
Oh, out of the YouTube thing?
Yeah, because that's the, this is not a revenue generating thing for me.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I give my time to do the show, not to carry on conversations outside of the show. So no.
I understand.
Yeah,
just
sorry.
thought I'd ask you. That's fine.
Thank you for
It's
asking.
okay.
Thank you for asking before just doing it. I appreciate that very much. Okay, so this was Rand's link about that Windows 11 IoT LTSC, and that's what this video is about from Zavi. I will look into that after the show. All right. 340 some gigs in a video folder for Rick Lakes. Let's see how we did for Tim by comparison. Well, this is wanting to set up OneDrive. No, because we disassociated from OneDrive, OneDrive is now nagging you, trying to get you to reconnect because OneDrive wants to come back. Please let me back. Explorer, this file does not have an app associated with it for performing this action. I don't know what triggered that, but that sounds like it thought we were trying to open a particular file that didn't have an app associated with it. So there's 21.9 gigabytes in the OneDrive folder. Not a lot. So I'm clicking.
When you get a minute, I do have one little interesting piece of information I'd like to share.
All right, I think I'll be coming back to you pretty soon with that. So here I've got those 3 selected. I'm holding down the shift key, right click on one of them, and then left click on delete to permanently delete. If I wasn't holding down the shift key, that wouldn't say permanently, that would be sending to the recycle bin. All right, go ahead, Alex.
This is not related to Windows or computers or anything, but I still find it kind of interesting. So for the past several years, as long as I've been using TrackPhone as my service provider, they have offered 3. You can buy a SIM card kit, and it comes with 3 SIM cards: one for AT&T, one for T-Mobile, and one for Verizon. Well, there's a problem with that now. I use a free government assistance plan for my phone that's called SafeLink. TrackPhone is SafeLink's parent company. Well, Verizon decided they would buy TrackPhone. So now everybody that's been grandfathered in, it's been using AT&T SIM cards on the TrackPhone network will be shut off come November or December. And my phone is not Verizon compatible. So that means that I either have to get a new phone and a new SIM card and switch over to Verizon, or find some other government assistance program to attach myself to that supports AT&T.
Oh, ouch. That's unpleasant news.
What are your comments on that?
Well, since those companies made moves that causes you extra trouble, I'd suggest checking with the companies involved and the government program and see if they have any way to ease that transition for you.
I did that already. And I called and they basically said that sucks to be you without saying it. And you're going to have to, when we cut you off, because you're using a TrackPhone SIM card on the AT&T network, and we cut you off because Verizon bought a TrackPhone, that's gonna be it. You're not gonna have any choice other than to switch over to Verizon or switch to a new company, total new government fund, whatever company, whatever you call it, which I really don't want to do, because I've been with this SafeLink for like 11, 12 years now, and it's a pain in the rear to get these services and stuff like that set up. I really don't want to.
All right. Well, I have a couple other thoughts on that then. One is to call someone else, call one of the other companies involved, and particularly what I'm after there is that a lot of times the people you're calling don't really know everything that they pretend to know. And this goes, case in point, what I already referenced to this morning, that email response that I got from the help system at that privacy protection service. They emailed me back saying, we don't provide any information from your dark web exposure, but they do. I showed you that yesterday. So this person who responded to the support question that I asked through their website was absolutely wrong. So you can get somebody on the phone that's actually telling you something that's wrong, either most likely because they just don't know any better. And then the other piece, let me get the other piece. The other piece, one was asked somebody else. The other thing is, when companies make changes, when programs make changes that cause adverse impact on the public that they serve, and once that response comes back from the public, they will sometimes come up with some help or solution later that might not be available yet. So you told us a date and when that's gonna actually be a problem to you. So maybe they still will come up with something.
So so what you're saying is that's the proposed date, but really nobody knows for sure what's gonna happen come that day. That's just
Even if that day is locked in, the arrangements around it and the compensations for it and the help that may be available to you, that might be a different story by the time that date comes around.
Well, I'm not going to change anything on my phone right now until it gets closer to the date, until I find out more solid news.
Yeah, I think that's the right idea.
But I do know this for sure. The government just ended the funding just ran out for that affordable connectivity program that's been going on for however long now. So now I'm back to limited data plan on my phone, which is not a big deal since I don't really use that much.
All right, let me turn back to Tim's issue. I'm going to respond to Greg here about reinstall is not going to solve if the space is in OneDrive. It's not. We only saw like 26 gigabytes in OneDrive, so that's not a big part of his problem. WizTree, I'm not attracted to going there because all I need to do is free up enough space to unencrypt the drive, and we can do that with a sledgehammer approach because we don't care about protecting anything that's on the computer now because he's wants to do a factory restore, so willing to lose everything that's on the computer. So I'd rather just go in with a machete and rip things out so that we have free space so that it can accomplish the decryption quicker. Going to take.
And by the way, first. Just want to real quick. Sorry to interrupt, Doug, but this is the computer that I got the replacement from the novel. Just to remind everybody.
Oh, all right. Yeah.
It's my new one. It's the new one. Well, this was me my first new one, and then I got my Dell new one. So, that's the one it is. That's the one it is.
All right. So I was thinking we could go into uninstall a game, but when you're uninstalling games, they typically uninstall the program files, not the data. They may leave the data on the computer. But like I said, I'm willing to go in with a machete and do things. So here we go to his user profile. And we're going to go look and see what is in the app data folder. The app data folder is a hidden folder. You don't see it on this screen. I could turn on the display of hidden folders, but I know the name of that folder. So I'm just going to put a backslash and type app data. And that gets me to that folder. Then I'm going to select these three folders. I'm hearing echoing from somebody on Zoom. Where is that? Bill's taking care of it. Thank you. And I'll right click here and see how much space is occupied there to see if that's a ton of stuff that I can use a machete on. Daniel Emberley just heard WizTree, like using that as well when cleaning up drive storage. Greg M, my point is doing a factory restore simply because the drive is full is, in my opinion, a drastic measure. That is why I suggested WizTree. For most users, yeah, I would agree with that. Not so with Tim, because this is a Tim that computer acquired recently. This is a computer that Tim acquired recently.
Said you can create a new user and then delete the current user?
We could do that, Zavi, but remember we're short on drive space, and creating a new user and signing into the new user even takes a long time. I'm still more attracted to the machete approach of finding something massive and the current user, delete the current user and all of its content. But I've had times where that takes a long time on a computer that is not short on free drive space. So I'm not attracted to that.
Why don't you go to the user folder, like his name, the folder on the C drive, and see how much space the whole folder is taking up. to get a
Yeah,
starting
here,
point.
yeah, here for his app data folder, it's only a little under 10 gigabytes, so that's not a big deal. So when you're saying the user profile is, as Alex is suggesting, right click on that and choose properties. And if that doesn't take up a massive amount of space, then it's probably in the program files of games. So there is 43.4. Now we've gone poking around long and for a while here and not found anything really major. So let's go ahead and demonstrate that whiz tree that a few people have mentioned that they like. So we'll go ahead and do that. And particularly because Steam folder. There you go. Where's the Steam folder? Is this Windows installer hidden folder? That's Ran Israel saying that. Well, this could be useful to demonstrate for other people who might be interested in this whiz tree or programs like that. I'm feeling more attracted towards that than trying to find where those others are now. A few moments ago, I wasn't attracted to it. Now I am. So I'm just doing a web search for whiz tree. Disk analyzer download. Some of the disk analyzers that I've used have taken a while to run. So that's another reason why I was a little bit reluctant. Download portable. Don't want to do the installer because that installs as a program. Portable is larger in size than the installer, but the installer is going to expand files, and how much space it takes up when it's finished is another matter. Now you've got, we've come across this before. You've got this other download engine that you use. Internet Download Manager. I don't like using third-party products like that. Let's see if that was enough to get rid of it. No. There's a URL it's using. It's a compressed file. It's going to download it to downloads compressed. So it's a subfolder called compressed. Start download. And then here they say open. I actually want, download complete. Open folder. There we go. That's better. So we're in this compressed folder. Let's move it out of this compressed folder. I'll cut it from there. And I'll just go to a random normal folder. Paste it into this drivers folder. Requires permissions to move there. I was surprised at that. All right, new folder. Right click, and do I still have paste? I do not. Lost my cut and paste.
Ran Israel said, we're not seeing what you're doing.
Oh, thank you, Ran. Most of what I was doing there was mistakes. Let's get to use the back button to go back. Will it take me back to that folder? Yeah, here's that compressed folder. Here's that whiz tree. Cut it from there. And I'll go to the new folder that I created called new folder. Right click and paste. Right click and extract all. Gotta love SpeakerBot. Thank you, Ran. Well, I'm going to guess that one is for WizTree32. I'll go into WizTree64-bit. Here we have the C drive. Tree view ready. There's a scan button. Comments in chat. Tim, regarding a 500 gigabyte is not much storage if you're planning to do gaming.
I got a US flash drive that's a 2 terabyte flash drive. Do you think that might work? Or should I just use my Dell for gaming?
Well, you said flash drive, a USB thumb drive. No, you don't want to use that for gaming.
Okay.
So here we've got, I want to sort these in order by size. These are allocated numbers. This is sort of descending by allocated size. So that's good.
Rand Israel said, I suggest sorting by size.
Yeah, this is sorted by size, descending order by allocated, not actually by size. And it threw me at first when I saw the 656 number down here, but understand these are megabytes down here. So this triangle right here indicates that we're sorted by the allocated column, which is fine. 451 gigabytes, and Xbox with 179 gigabytes is the largest. I'm wondering if there's some huge files actually on the C drive allocated over here. You see a 67 gigabytes, not all that big, are we? Let's see, when on this left-hand column, when I click on Xbox, that doesn't change this size. Oh, this is sorting them by file type, I see. All right, well, let's just go rip out the Xbox games folder without bothering to uninstall.
Rand Israel said if hibernation is enabled, turning it off would reclaim some space.
I agree with that about hibernation. So we're on the C drive here. While that is trying to, I'm going to open up a separate file explorer, and we'll turn on display of hidden files. And oh, Explorer, got that again. That's weird. View menu. Show hidden files. Remove the check mark for hide protected operating system files. Click OK. And then on the root of the C drive, we should have Hiber file. Asking for permission to delete those. Let's see, there's a page file. It says for memory paging, that's 4 gigabytes. Hiber file sys, yes. Almost 5 gigabytes. We'll have to turn off hibernation before we can delete that file. I think this is giving me multiple prompts for that. Seems like every time it comes across a file to delete, they're showing those are deleted now. Yeah, I think it's coming up with that prompt when it's deleting files, perhaps because of some third-party utility.
Said, did you delete with Shift last time?
You know what? I remember intending to, but we never got a prompt about the recycle bin, and look at the amount of free space that we have now. I think we've accomplished what we needed there. Getting that extra amount for the hibernation file, I don't think is worth the time. It's just going to get us a little bit more. And the only reason we're trying to free up space is to help the decryption move along. I'm looking for the decryption in progress window here. Yeah. If we were to go delete more stuff, would that make decryption go quicker? I don't know. Because is it actually decrypting only the files in use? Or is it decrypting the entire drive, including empty space? I don't know how device encryption handles that. Or I don't know how BitLocker handles that. All right, going back to chat. Yeah, Rand says that's more than enough free space. Cranger Kermis fan, I remember you. I remember your name. Good to see you again. I don't think we've seen you for a while. Greetings from Switzerland with symmetrical 10 gigabit fiber optic internet from Sunrise. Yes. Awesome. We are all in envy of you.
One question. What kind of business is he running? Why would any home user really need 10 gigs? Give me some really good arguments.
Well, that might just be the standard that's available where he's at, because some countries have just really gone uptown with their infrastructure.
I've always noticed that. As long as I've been looking into this internet stuff, I've always noticed, that Japan and a bunch of other companies, but Japan comes to mind. To me, the first one that comes to mind is always being the United States is always being far behind when it comes to networking technologies, internet things of that nature.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think it's largely because we're not doing new construction as much as some of these other countries.
I always thought it was just because we're a huge country compared to, Japan, the Philippines. But those countries have a whole lot more people and a whole lot smaller area. So it pays. It's better.
Yeah.
It pays for them to upgrade everything.
One discussion we might see in what we're doing here is encryption and decryption and what effects it has on machines' performance. Think about downloading a 40 gigabyte game. Yeah, that's an interesting point. And when you download a 40 gigabyte game, when it gets stored on your drive, your computer has to encrypt that content as it's getting written to the drive. So that's a reason why if you're going to use encryption, you want to make sure you're buying a computer that is not a low-end computer. I'm pretty sure that would be a safe deduction. I haven't researched it. Yeah, Cranger says that's standard. That speed is standard because it only costs 40 Swiss francs per month. Lawn Dog, we're not going to stay here all day for that decryption. I don't think the decryption is going to finish during my show. And I haven't seen any other shows for me to redirect to. I did look. Let's see, something needs to be discussed. I'm not seeing it. South Korea subsidizing high-speed internet. They consider it investment in the future, certainly. Yes, decryption should take this long when you have this much data. Now, that's an interesting point. I have several times decrypted a drive when I bought a new computer setting up for a client. It's on my checklist to decrypt. Well, when I do that right at the beginning, there's not very much stored on that drive, and I have done that with 1 terabyte drive. So I'm pretty sure that it's only decrypting the content, the actual in-use space. Yeah, I'm sure of that because it just seems stupid to encrypt what may be a ton of free space. How long did you take to think about that, Doug? Well, as I'm trying to do this show, my mind didn't go there very well. I think that's pretty obvious. But he's got a lot of stuff on here, And so I think that's why the decryption is going to take a long time. I expect it to take a long time. Now, if the answer is this mechanical hard drive, it's not. It's an SSD. And we already saw the math. It's running somewhere around over 300 megabits per second. I know there's more chat messages. All right. Taking all day as a reference, really slow this operation is going. It makes sense to me, totally. It's totally expected. Cranger, do you have fiber optic and what up down? I do not have fiber optic. We have fiber optic in some areas of town where it is now the standard, but not in my location. I am in what's called a...
Zvi Manor said this is Dell computer?
This was the Lenovo replacement computer, not a Dell computer, Zvi. Right? Tim, this is Lenovo?
That's correct. Yes, it's
Yeah,
a Lenovo. It's
Lenovo.
not the Dell one.
Yeah. Yeah, so the fiber optic is available at some locations. Not here. I'm in a city island. We have many places in my city, Fresno, that are county islands, where there's an area of county property that is surrounded entirely by city property. But I'm in a residential community of tract homes that is in a city island. All the way around is county property. The reason for that is because across the street from me, when I look out my balcony window, I see an orchard today, but it was planned to be a high-end golf course. But Ken Stout did not get on board and come up with the money to build it. So it totally fell apart and did not happen. And while they were trying to build that project, they built this community. And a lot of people who bought here at the beginning, they expected their home values were going to go up. Most of them lost more than half of the price that they paid for these houses. It was a horrible experience for them. Good for me, because when I bought this house, it was in a depressed economy, in a distressed neighborhood, and it was a, what do we call it? Not distressed house is another word for it, because it was a foreclosure. So I got a good deal on it. But no fiber optic. I'm on a Comcast cable internet, and I pay for a higher speed. I think the speed I pay for is like, I don't know, 800 down and 60 up, something like that. I don't get near that. The best upload I get is somewhere around 30 megabits upload. By default, BitLocker is full disk encryption. Use-based encryption is an option. Not sure with device encryption. Oh, all right. Why are we encrypting, or why is Microsoft encrypting things like programs? Cannot encrypting just the data, meaning pictures, videos like that? No. No, programs, if somebody could get hold of your hard drive and copy content off of it, it's just, encryption is a whole drive thing. You're not going to encrypt just some files.
Jim KJ3N said it's all or nothing.
Yeah, it's all or nothing. I'm not aware of any product.
Ran Israel said it's called device encryption for a reason.
Yeah. Well, and actually, there's another piece about device encryption. With BitLocker, you can pick which drives you want to encrypt. Device encryption, I'm not sure when I heard this, I'm not sure I got quite right. If you have two drives in a computer that's using device encryption, the word device implies that it's going to encrypt everything about that device, but it's not going to encrypt USB devices. But I think it only does the C drive. Oops, here we got another one of these. No, we can see that graph is still going. but we're getting more of these messages. Tim, could you just go ahead and click OK when those messages pop up?
Yes, I could do that. No problem.
Yeah, I don't think it's holding anything up. Now I'm just going to set the mouse arrow right there for a little bit, and we should be able to see that pink line advancing. And it can advance, I suspect it can advance a little bit, unevenly when it finds things that it can decrypt faster. I don't know if that's a thing, like when you're compressing files, some files can uncompress faster and can compress faster or slower, and that's why a lot of things we see happening on computers aren't a very consistent progress. Yeah, you can see that pink line has gotten a little bit past the edge of the arrow. Use space encryption is less secure if disk has been previously used. Yeah, deleted files can still live in unused space. So if a really talented criminal gets hold of your hard drive and tries to recover files in the unused area of the drive, that makes sense. That's a good explanation there of why BitLockers probably has an option to encrypt unused space. Thank you for that. I wasn't thinking of that. Greg M. has fiber in his apartment here in Canada with the ONT in the hall closet. Thanks for mentioning that, because Alex always wants to know where your ONT is. Or nothing, device encryption. I'm pretty sure that device encryption, since it's on the home versions, would only be for in-use space. All right, Ran Israel, device encryption automatically encrypts all internal drives. Yeah, and I doubt that you even can pick and choose.
It looks like it's going faster now. It went way past it now.
All right. Yeah, so you're probably saying that because you saw it jump a bit, and that may not continue. It may or may not continue. So I'm going to move the mouse up again. Now, since the mouse was still there, that implies to me that you have not had to click on another one of those OK buttons.
No, it hasn't popped up no more.
All right. It's a heck of a lot of data coming off as fast as it can, depend upon the type of media that causes all delays. Now we throw encryption, decryption in their way. When I needed this scenery for the next part of the game loaded, hopefully you can understand what I'm getting at. Yeah, if you have encryption and you're playing games, that can slow down the game, so that increases your need to have a powerful computer and fast drive. For years, hard drives had their limitations. Oh, let's see. What's going on with? I'm going to switch over here on Tim's computer back to Task Manager. Do I still have it open? Yeah, here. Let's see what's going on with. Here's CPU. I'm guessing this doesn't have a dedicated graphics card. I go into performance. Yeah, there is a GPU. Is this GPU built on? Yeah, I think that's built onto the CPU. So I was just curious how much of this process is using the GPU functionality versus CPU. Now, if we go into Resource Monitor, we can get some more specific detail. If we go look at disk and then take the total column, click on the header for the total column so that we can sort by this total column and see what's taking up the most drive activity. It's system. Let's maximize this window and then expand the write and read columns. and see what's going on here. See that there's a triangle up there above the word total that you might have difficulty seeing over the video, but we are sorted currently in descending order by this column. And then look at what file. These file names are probably changing because I expect that the files are the ones that are being currently decrypted. So currently it's decrypting content in uTorrent, WebView, and then here WMI client, log files. I think it's reasonable to assume that the files that we're seeing currently in use, reading and writing, is the decryption work in progress. Network and memory, not really interested in those. And then the CPU usage. If we click up here in the CPU column, the triangle right now is over here on the status column. So they're sorted in ascending order by the status column. That's useless information to us. So CPU, click once, and this is a triangle pointed down. So the most used of the CPU should be on top here. Average CPU is telling us each of those elements, average CPU utilization over some period of time. I don't recollect what period of time that is. Does it pop up?
Read chat, please.
Okay, coming to chat. Zvi says to read chat for Zvi's comment. Why make an effort to do a factory installation and not directly install Home 10 via USB as if the hard drive is out of use? That's definitely an option. The catch there is that if he does a factory reset, then that's going to automatically install all the drivers and all the junkware. I'm sure Tim wants the junkware, right? But Tim knows how to do a Windows 10 fresh install. In fact, I think he recently did that on his Dell computer.
Yes, on my Dell I did, yes.
Yeah, he did that on his Dell computer. So Tim, well, the question is posed to you. Why are you choosing to do a factory reset rather than a fresh install of Windows?
Yes, I can do first install. I was thinking about that, but if you want to go that route, we can. I just need to see, can I use the same flash drive I used on my Dell?
Yeah, certainly.
Okay, let me grab it. I just need to remember which one I used, but I think we can figure that out, right?
And this is, yeah, Zvi said Windows 10, but this is Windows 11. I just brought this up to confirm that.
Let me look for it and remember where I put it. I'm looking for it now.
So, I suppose Zvi scores. Zvi scores right there. I don't know if he'll say this, but he ought to. He has the right to say, I told you so.
Manor said make sure Win 11 home.
Yeah, the Windows 11 home. Well, I think he made a Windows 11 installation media that would install either home or pro based upon what the computer has. So that should happen automatically. Since this isn't a freshly built computer, and when he does the install, it should automatically recognize home. But yeah, so now unfortunately, Zvi or anybody else didn't ask that earlier. That would have been a good question to come up with earlier. Although, I think it was useful to show what happens when you try to unencrypt. That alarm
was tiny. Oh boy.
Say again?
I had your phone. Was that your phone going off, or was it just a timer?
Yeah, that was my phone, an alarm going off to remind me.
I just connected the SanDisk.
You just connected the USB drive.
Yes, the SanDisk.
All right.
Yes.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we won't be able to really watch or participate in your fresh install because I can't be connected remotely during that. Oh, look at that. Carrie does have a show coming up. That's what that alarm was for, is to remind me to check to see if Carrie has a show coming up. So I'm going to schedule a redirect to that. So Tim, I'll talk through the process. What you're going to do is boot to that thumb drive for the Windows 11 installation, and it will automatically recognize that your
ZV Manor said tell Tim to take drivers.
Oh, okay, good. Thank you, Zvi. Hold on, Tim. Don't go down that road yet. Let me finish this. See, Tim didn't hear that speaker bot, so I have Carrie's show set up for a redirect. And
All right.
yeah, so we could do an export of drivers first.
Yeah, good idea.
Yeah, because if you're doing a fresh install of Windows, then you're going to have to install drivers. Now, you could go to Lenovo's site and download them from there, but if we do an export of the drivers from here and put them onto that thumb drive, then they'll be in a folder on that thumb drive, and you can install device drivers from there. That'll be a new experience for you, I think.
Yeah, it would be.
All right.
Yes, I never heard of that before.
All right.
I like to learn something new. Teach an old dog new tricks, as the old saying goes.
Yeah, and we're also showing it to the audience and anyone else who
Yes.
watches this video. But what we have done so far in this video is we've shown the consequences of what happens when you buy a new computer and go ahead and sign on to your Microsoft account without first disabling device encryption. And you ran into the problem when you tried to do a factory reset. You wound up getting some errors. I don't know what they were. I don't think you captured pictures of them. We've shown what it takes to decrypt. It can be a long process. And we don't have a way to stop this in progress, but or even... Let's see, what could we do? Can we end task on decryption? That's scary. I'm not sure we want to do that, although we really don't care about the state of the drive. If we try, here's an interesting question. Does anybody in chat know this? And maybe we'll wait for people to research it. If we tried to do a fresh install on a drive that is partially decrypted. Now, that shouldn't be a problem because worst case scenario, and what we want to do anyway, is delete all the existing partitions. When you get into the point of doing the install, it's going to ask you if you want to do a standard install of Windows or a custom install. You're going to choose custom install. You have to boot off of the thumb drive to do that. We cannot run the setup program from the thumb drive to do that. Now, we could run the setup program from the thumb drive from this booted Windows to upgrade to Windows, but that's not going to take care of wiping out the drive space because we won't be able to delete the existing partitions that way. So you have to restart, boot from the thumb drive, choose custom install, delete all the existing partitions, and then go through the install process. First, we want to extract drivers. Let's see. I think I have some cheat sheet. I'm not going to try to say that 3 times in a row. I'll get in trouble. Have a cheat sheet for extracting the drivers. Yeah, all right. Well, it's actually this was my notes for restoring a legacy MBR to UEFI drive. But in here, I have a line for exporting the drivers. It's that guy right there. All right. So coming back to Tim's computer, we'll try doing that without trying to pause the decryption. A Windows key D to minimize all programs so I can see the desktop. That's why it's Windows key D. And Windows key CMD then run as administrator. Answer yes to user account control. And then, let's see, you said you put in the thumb drive already. Let's use File Explorer to make a folder on that thumb drive. Since you have a Lenovo computer and a Dell computer, or multiples, I'm going to call this folder Lenovo drivers. And Control A, Control C to copy that into memory and onto the clipboard. Alt Tab. Should we close some other windows? Well, with Alt Tab, you can actually close other windows from here. I'm not going to close my remote connection. You don't actually have to switch to each item to close them. I think it's asking me a confirmation on that one. All right, there we're cleaned out. So dism/online, online in this case meaning it is the running operating system that we want to do this operation on. Export-driver destination : and the drive letter I didn't pay attention to was Control V for paste, Lenovo drivers. I think it was it D drive? Do you remember, Tim? Do you know?
What do you say, Doug?
I'm asking for the drive letter for the thumb drive. Yeah, it was D drive.
Oh, okay.
All right, I got it.
That's good.
So there, that should do it. And press enter. Move to the end of the line and try enter again. There it goes. So the way you use this, Tim, is after installing the operating system, go into Device Manager, and any devices that has an exclamation mark, you right-click on that and choose whatever that's called for refresh driver, upload, or come on, something to get a new driver, upgrade driver, update. I think it's update driver. And then you point to this folder on the thumb drive. After you do that on the first one that has an exclamation mark, the next one, it will just remember that same location on your thumb drive. You don't have to point it to the specific driver on that, in that folder. You just point it to that Lenovo drivers folder. And it should find and install the driver. And there's a ton of drivers here. All the drivers that your computer uses are being exported, not just the ones that would normally need to be installed.
Yeah. I appreciate it, Doug.
Yeah.
Ren Israel said this could be an opportunity to see if PNPoodle can import all drives at once, as opposed to DISM, which cannot.
I have tried that and it did not work, Ren Israel. PNP-util, import all drivers at once. I'm pretty sure that I did try that. Do I have that over here? Nope, I just tried searching PNP in here and I don't have it. I'm pretty sure I tried that and it did not work. Rand says, yeah, if I did not try the PNP-util on during a stream. I'm pretty sure, because you mentioned that before, I'm pretty sure that I did try it. I tried a couple other ways. PNP-util drivers, subdrs, install, add drivers. So it's a DOS command. Gary has used this. Did it, drivers INF. Oh, I think, isn't the problem that you have to have INF files. Are there INF files in this export? I don't know. Oh, yes, there are. It shows us that right here. All these INFs. Maybe if, yeah, I'd be very happy if that does work. So I can't swear to it unless I find it in my notes somewhere.
I have done it with Windows 11.
Oh, Gary, hi. No, but you've done it. You've done it for what purpose? Were you trying to get one driver, or were you trying to get a bunch of missing drivers?
I reinstalled. Actually, it was when you guys were testing it. I wanted to see if it would work.
Oh.
And it did.
Okay, so you did a fresh install of Windows on a computer that needed some manufactured drivers, but you did the fresh install without those drivers, and then afterwards you had exclamation marks in Device Manager. You used this command, and it successfully installed all the drivers.
Correct. Right? And not only that, I took it off. I'm a hunter. I go to Microsoft and get the latest drivers all the time. So the system had all the latest drivers. I exported those, reinstalled Windows, and installed them with that. And it took all the latest drivers.
I don't know if Kerry showed this exact command, but he showed something like that in one of his latest videos, how to export the drivers using a command.
Yes.
And then showed how to we put them back in.
Yes, this is exactly what he showed.
Zvi Manor said, I think the export's stuck.
Zvi says he thinks the export is stuck. Has it been on that number 15 for a long time?
A 107, though, it says.
15 of 107. It's stuck on number 15 of 107. If somebody can rewind in DVR mode and let me know how long has it been stuck on that one. Let's take a look at Task Manager and see if it shows that it's still working. And actually, I'm going to go straight to, oh, there it goes. It's going. It's resumed. Don't be too quick to give up, to throw out the baby with the bathwater. Well, officially, hi, Gary.
Hello.
That's my hello. Did you have anything else to bring to the table, or just participating in this?
A couple of update from my daughter on that guy who bought the mini PCs.
Okay.
She found out he's talking to one of her programmers and wants to find a way to circumvent the per user logins, because their ERP system, let's say you need accounting, I need AP, you need inventory, they charge with what module you use. He wants a way around that now. Kind of like using one Microsoft 365 Office for 100 people.
All right.
Which obviously he's not getting, but.
Well, I have set up computers that were for a particular function that might have multiple different people utilizing it. And in an environment where you're wanting to have them all with a specific Microsoft account, that would be a complication to have a Microsoft account that multiple people would be signing into. Is that where the sticking point is?
Well, no, this is an ERP system, and you would be, let's say, in inventory all day, doing adjustments and whatever.
Yeah.
You would be in that module. I might be in entering purchase orders. They pay per module per month.
Okay.
So I can't get into inventory, but he wants a way to you're a God mode. You can go to everything. He wants to give that to everybody, but only pay for one. We're talking a multi-million. This software runs like $7 million to start, and it's $100 a person. This is not, you know, $8 or something. He's trying to run on cheap or expensive. You know, he's trying to run a $500 million company on cheap.
Yeah. So, what is your objective in bringing this up? Is it to snicker at the person who's trying to be cheap on an expensive company, or actually try to figure out a solution?
No. Make fun of.
Make fun of.
He's the one I told you that bought the mini computers.
Yes. Okay. Gotcha.
In other words, he's just going cheap at the end. He went good on his service, and the software is great for his company. Mm-hmm. It's great. And the servers he got is great. Then he went cheap after that.
About these drivers that are taking a long time, I'm going to suspect that those drivers that it takes a long time to do is got more files involved.
Could be the video drivers or
something
like that.
They're just finished.
It's completed now, though. So happy.
Yeah. Now there was a complicated. Oh, wait a minute. Let's let me talk this through for a moment. There was a problem I ran into with trying to use this technique. What was it? There was some project that I worked on where I did this export, and then when I went to try to apply the driver, I could not just use the parent folder. I had to find the specific folder for the driver that I wanted in order to get it to install. But yeah, I'm not quite remembering what that scenario was. But I think in Device Manager, if you right click and choose Update Driver and just point it to the parent folder, it'll find what's there. But there was some other issue where I had troubles with this because I had to go find the specific folder. As a matter of fact, I did record a video of that. I don't think I ever published it. So I think I named it in such a way I can go find it. John Downey is asking, I think this is to Gary, is the software SAP? Yeah, the decryption is still going in the background. Oh, he replied, John Downey or a competitor, SAP or a competitor. So he already answered that. I'll tell you.
I know the software, but I'm not commenting.
Okay, that's fine. Yes, it cannot be stopped. Yeah, the decryption cannot be stopped. Okay, so we got those exported. We'll go over to the D drive and go into that Lenovo folder, drivers, and just see here, it's 109 directories. Now, if I do dir/s, let's see, is that, I think that'll show. That give us 2,410 files that were involved in that. Let's see, these are not, the folder names are associated with the devices in some fashion. They're not associated with those numbers we were seeing. Okay, then let's demonstrate that installation command, and I've got it in my notes now. PNP util. Is that something I have to download, or is that included in Windows?
Windows.
Okay, so PNP util. There's no problem running this now, because what are we going to do? Install drivers on top of the currently installed drivers? But just to demonstrate to Tim, :/, and it was Lenovo drivers. /*INF/subders. You know, I bet there's, if I did indeed try this, there was something I didn't do right about this syntax, probably.
Hey, Doug.
Yeah, Tim.
By chance, you think you could email me those notes so I could have it for my record on my email? I better go through this again in the future.
Sure. Let's
Doug.
also
After you get done.
Yeah,
Appreciate
let's also do this. I think this is even more useful. So I did Control A to highlight all of that, and then I'm doing Control C to copy it. So currently that command is copied into the electronic clipboard on Tim's computer. I'm going to go ahead and press enter to run this command, and then I'm going to go do something else with that content that's on the clipboard in order to make this easier for Tim when he goes to install these drivers. Okay, that was awesome. I saw that happen, so that tells me absolutely
that was so fast.
Works.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So that should get rid of all the exclamation marks that you wind up with. Now, Tim, what I'd like you to do is when you do this fresh install and go into Device Manager once you've got Windows up and running, and take a picture of that screen with the exclamation marks, and then install these drivers and take another picture. Now what I'm going to do here is go to the D drive, which is your thumb drive. We're in the Lenovo drivers folder, and do I want to put this here? Yeah, let's do this in this folder. So I'm going to do copy con, which is console. So it's going to copy what commands I type into the console. And let's call it instdrv.bat for batch file. Press enter. I wonder how many decades it's been since I've done anything like this. Now Control V for paste. There's that command from the clipboard. And then Control Z to end that file. So that's one file copied. Now if I do a dir, enter, we see there is that file. So Tim, after you get Windows installed, you put this thumb drive in, go into this Lenovo drivers, and then if you just type instdrv, which is the name of that batch file, and press enter, it will install the drivers without you having to type out that long command.
All right, I took a picture of it already, of the last command you put, and the one before that, I think. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you don't need to do that copy con command. All that
just
was
the last command, right?
Yeah, just this instdrv and press enter, and that will install
right.
those
Take a picture of that
drivers.
again.
Yeah, you can go ahead and take a picture of that.
Let's take a picture now. There you go. I got it.
All right. So, do you still need the email for that?
Yes, please, just in case.
All right.
Thank you, Doug.
You are welcome. I am doing that now off screen because I don't want to.
Okay.
I know we've already shown your email address, but I'm not gonna. I'm gonna keep up my habit of concealing things. And then change my from email address. So here I can click this right, maximize that. Oh, come on. Stop hitting the wrong key. You're such a Doug. Sometimes.
Remember I told you her car stalled?
Hey, Rivera had a very important comment.
All right. Are you directing me to chat, Tim?
Sorry, yeah.
For Ida? That's assuming he doesn't currently have any exclamation missing drivers. Just saying. All right. Well, we might as well find out. Right click on the Windows button and then device manager. No, no exclamation marks.
Hey, Tim,
He's muted right now.
do you have a BitTorrent running?
Yeah, what's that about?
Are you talking to me? Hold on, Bobby. Are you talking to me, Doug?
Yes, yes.
in green? What's up?
Gary's question to you is about BitTorrent.
Yeah.
Why do you have that? What are you doing with that?
I was just
Ran Israel said I
downloading
saw an
like
other devices
programs
category in Device
and
Manager.
sometimes movies and music and stuff like that.
Well,
Yeah.
that looks like it's running right now. That's
Yeah,
what's
you don't have to run that running. You could close it on. You don't need it running right now. I don't got nothing
Yeah.
downloading. It's just running in the
So-
background.
Yeah, it's am I correct that is not only for you to be able to download things, but it's a sharing download sharing thing. So at times
Right.
it might be using your computer to download and upload things for other people, and therefore
wow.
slowing your computer down.
Right. So it's not good to leave it running in the background, right?
Correct.
Okay, now I know. I just did it by default, but now I know whenever I get it, if I
Yeah.
do get it back, that to not leave it running in the background, like to not start up when I start up the computer, right?
Right.
Okay, got it. Yeah, because on my Dell, I don't have that many programs running in the background, or like whenever I start up my computer, just like very little, or just the basic ones that that you need to have running, but not the other programs. Like I used to have Messenger, then I turned it off or disabled
Read
it
chat, please.
from starting up by itself.
All right. Zavi says regarding Rand, yeah, I noticed that before too, and I think that was that weird download window too, wasn't it? That
Yeah, the Internet Download Manager.
yeah, was that from BitTorrent?
No,
That
that
brought
wasn't
that?
from
That was
BitTorrent. That
something
one
else.
I bought the license key for that.
Oh, all right. And why
Yeah,
do you?
because that one the only reason why that is to download the news videos for Trinidad and upload it to Trinidad and all that, and I'll download videos from church like sermons and upload it to the podcast on Spotify and YouTube and all that stuff.
Okay, so you probably are able to queue up a bunch of downloads, and then you can go away, and it just manages those downloads without you
Yeah, it
having
has
to
a
be
folder
present.
on my document folder to where it has the video downloader documents and all that.
All right.
That's the only reason why I use that Internet Download Manager, because I don't know any other way to do it, and that's the only way I know how to do it. And I don't know any other program that I could use, or not program, but you know how you can look it up on Google and on website where you don't have to download nothing, where you just copy the link and it downloads directly from the website, like a file or like somewhere from like a YouTube video or whatever video you're trying to get downloaded like to a file, you know. Like
Yeah, I
online.
I don't have any resources to refer you to, because that's not a type of.
Okay, you know what I
project that I
mean,
do.
right? Though.
Yeah, I vaguely enough. As much
Okay.
I know what you mean as far as I'm
Without having
interested
to
in
download no program or any kind of like stuff like that or app or anything, you just do it all from the website.
All right.
That's what I mean.
All right. I'm not going to try to grasp that further because I'm really not interested in that.
Okay. So now what? Now what do you do on the Lenovo?
Well,
Doug?
what you need to do next is to restart the computer and boot it to that thumb drive and do the installation of Windows that you already know how to do. So now wait a minute, let me disconnect first, because
Okay.
I'm going to disconnect from your computer first, because if I
And
don't.
then what key do I press to when I restart it? What key should I press?
To boot from that thumb
To boot
drive.
from the flash drive.
Yeah, from that flash drive. I don't know for that Lenovo computer.
It's a Yoga 7i.
What you could do instead of knowing what key is, let's see, advanced startup options. Just tell it from Windows to start from the USB stick, because I think I can show that. I think I can go here to advanced startup, And listen, what it says in system recovery. So an easier way probably for somebody to get to that is press the Windows key and then type recovery. And we want to get to recovery control panel. Yeah, that's not a good way to do it.
No,
That didn't do it either.
Hello, everybody. Welcome into the latest. I started too soon. Welcome into our latest live video today.
That was Kerry Holzman getting his show started. So I'm going to end my show right quick here. In advanced system settings, startup options. Yeah, there. And then advanced startup, click restart now. And you're on, are you on? No, you're not on Zoom with me through this computer.
No, on my Dell on Zoom.
So clicking restart, and we'll restart your
Manor
device.
said Ron mentioned I saw an other devices category in Device Manager.
Oh, all right. We gotta pause for a moment there. Zvi says that Rand said he saw an other devices category in Device Manager. Not an exclamation mark. Yeah, there is an other devices. So these items don't have the right drivers installed.
Oh no.
Yeah.
That's not good.
So Bluetooth peripherals, so you might be having problems with Bluetooth devices if you're trying to use them. If you're trying to do anything as an instant hotspot, you're having trouble with that. And SMS, that's text messages. So my guess,
Jim KJ3, and it said hasta la vista.
He was trying to run the Microsoft phone link, I think.
yeah, that kind of sounds like, that all
No,
sounds
because
like
the drivers are not the right
phone
drivers.
stuff. So
No,
after
that's phone link drivers.
yeah. So
No, it is talking about the drivers on the computer.
I think Tim's talking to somebody else.
Oh, I know. I'm right here, Doug. Bobby was asking, well, what about SMS? And I was saying that the drivers were not the right drivers, you said.
Okay, yeah, you were talking to somebody else. You were talking to Bobby.
All right, maybe my mic.
Okay, then so I don't know that he's going to have that other driver section again, but that was a good catch. So advanced startup, restart now, and then restart now. And I think I'm going to be still connected when we get to the point of choosing the USB device. Not sure about this. Nope, I lost connection. It says rebooting. All right, so Tim, you should have, that should get you, oh, wait a minute, is it coming back? It's conceivable that it could come back when it gets to that advanced options. I think it's that you have to click on advanced options.
No, I got it now. It says use the USB driver, right?
Yes.
Yeah. EFI USB device.
Yeah, use that.
Okay, I clicked on it. Now it's running now.
All right, I'm going to go
Let's
ahead and
see.
shut down the show, Tim. I'm going to leave you. I think you know how to do.
Yeah, I know how to do
install
it.
from there.
Yes.
All right.
Thank you, Doug. I appreciate it.
All right, so everybody in Zoom, would you go ahead and say goodbye to the audience for me?
Goodbye, everybody on YouTube. Take care. Be safe. See you next time.
All right. Thank you for participating in Zoom. Thank you for participating in the chat room. And have a great day, everybody. You should get redirected to Carrie's show. And there we go. Have a great weekend.